What up? Good morning, friends in the land of social media. James Rice in my backyard, where I start every day. Well, I start my day in the bathroom, but then quickly it's in the front in the yard. So, should have put a invite out for this, but I'll give this thing a couple seconds to warm up. I'll enjoy my backyard some more, and we'll talk shop a little bit. Get a second to throw out an invite. That'd be awesome. That's what I should have done. Again, throw out an invite, give people a little heads up. But actually, we'll talk about that as soon as we get a couple people on board, and we'll get this day kicked off. Who's going to be the first one on? Who is that? Morning. Those who you have met me, my name is James Rice. What up, D? D, reminder, Zoom today. I think you're jumping on at 12:30. What's the latest and greatest? How's the family? How's the health? We got to talk about Wolfgang visiting. Anyway, how was your weekend? I'm sure we'll chat about it later. Put a couple things up on social media myself so you can take a look at those. Again, we'll let this thing cook a little bit. I'm in my backyard, and by showing up this morning, I was treated to a deer in my backyard, running out of the what's that called? Canyon. Running out of the canyon, so that was pretty cool. Who's that just popped on? Anyway, and if anybody wants to go live with me, then just let me know, and we'll jump on. We'll chat anything you want. I can tell you what I want to chat today, which is a thought that's just resonating through my brain, and I literally could talk about it. What's up, Rebecca Fosmeyer? Rebecca Fosmeyer, I saw your Facebook message today about the COC and the tour, so I want to get back to you and see what's going on, catch on with that. I appreciate your patience on it, and look forward to see what's cooking on that. I did see that message again today. So, my thought today for myself personally, and I'm not going to kid you, it strikes me literally every morning. What's up, Lori Matthews? And if anybody wants to jump on and go live with me, just let me know. That being said, and I think of this every single morning, the dog wags the tail. The tail doesn't wag the dog. I'm sure you ladies know what I mean, which is I've got to make stuff happen. I got to make action happen. I make the action and the tail happen. Not I've got to go and see what the tail is doing. If it's meant to be, it begins with me. There's your cliche for the morning. Let me see what Rebecca had to say. Good. Well, I'd like to hear about it. And look who's going. Lauren Marie, how are you? I hope you're feeling better and back in action. So look forward to catching up with you. So, and actually, Lauren and I chat about this a lot. Danny and I chat about this. Remember, it's the dog that wags the tail. I am responsible for creating action. So when I wake up in the morning, what's happening with me is I'm looking to see and hoping to see from my community that people are reaching out to me. I want to see that people are reaching out to me and they want to take action. They want to push the chips and they want to go further, faster. They want to make something happen. And then when that doesn't happen, many times people say, I hope I don't, nobody's doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. We could talk about that with Lauren and her massage business. Any of you on the West Coast need to get some body work, get a hold of Lauren. So maybe we should fly her to an event. We could do a massage chair thing and have her work on people. But I would see this in Lauren's business. Is Lauren can go, holy cow, my regulars, the people I worked on, they're not calling me. They're not getting back to me. Nobody's rescheduling. Well, in her world, that would be waiting for the tail, the people, to wag her, the dog. What she wants to do, and I know she does do it because she's proactive, is she wants to throw out a text to them. She wants to throw out a message to them. Hey, just thinking about you. and your injury, just thinking about you and your health, just thinking about you and your recovery. Let's get you on the table. I've got a couple openings this week. What works good for you? That's what I would do. I would do something specific, like what works good for you. And so myself, what I do each day, well, here's a good example. I'm not kidding you. I was like, I don't feel like going live today. But someone who's much wiser and more successful than I said, you've got to commit to doing it daily. And not only that, Danielle, I'm going to commit to doing it then in the evening. We'll start at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. It's got to be me. And so as I'm looking and whining about who's not getting a hold of me about doing something fun on the weekends, who's not getting a hold of me about working on me with my recovery and my body work, who's not getting a hold of me to do a tasting party, to go live, let it go. Let it go. What's up, Glenn Baker? Let it go. And don't even worry about those words. Those words, nobody's doing anything. Nobody's contacting me. Nobody gave me a holler. Should never come out of my mouth. Notice I said my mouth. A lot of you people think, oh, James Rice is teaching us and sharing with us. I'm not. I'm just talking and listening to myself and telling myself what I need to do. Because I have found I don't need to wait for someone to invite me to church. I don't need to wait for someone to invite me to the gym. I don't need to wait for someone to invite me to. I don't need wait for somebody to invite me to. I have got to be accountable. I've got to be responsible to my own action. And so then what happens? Well, if I'm looking for a workout partner, I might put it out there to 30 people. And I'm just looking for the couple that answer. So same thing in my ketone, in my Prove It community. And it doesn't matter what you're into. It doesn't matter if it's your hobby. It doesn't matter if it's what field you're in. The same thing applies. And the same thing applies to your family and your friendships. You want something to do on Friday night, Wednesday or Thursday, you should be contacting your crew and community. Yeah, you can wait for them and see how that works. That's the tail wagging the dog. The tail's not going to wag you. It may, but I've got a ton more done in my life, in my faith, fitness, family, friendships, and finances, my 5 F's, by me wagging it. So let me give you a couple for instance. So that's why I'm up on Monday morning and I'm doing the live. And then I'll see who gets on and I'll see who communicates. And I'll see who wants to do a little more. Boom, that's who I work with. You know, last week I put out to people in general and saying, hey, begin the new month. I've got my transformation I'm working on. Would you like to do it with me? I want to drop a couple more pounds before beach season. Would you like to do it with me? If you want to do a little bit more on your personal transformation, contact me. Oh, you're utilizing ketones? Would you like to get them for cheaper or for free? Would you like to help others? Or would you like to make a little money, part-time or full-time? I just want to find out what do they want to do. And you know who got a hold of me? Marilee got a hold of me down in the South Bay. And so what happened? Marilee and I talked. Got a couple ideas and boom. What did we do on Sunday? We met with her most active person in her community. And that's who I met with. And what did we do with her? We found out what she wants to do. And what did we do? We gave her some additional ideas to get more done. Well, by the way, since I was going to the South Bay, I put the word out to the South Bay, and lo and behold, what happened? Offered some new flavors, and someone said, yeah, I would like those. And so then I went with her. And it was someone I hadn't met, but she was one of my distributors, brand new customers. So by me wagging the tail, who wants to do something? A handful of people, just a handful, and I probably sent it to 30 people. Just a handful got a hold of me. But we'll chat about that. Well, we'll finish the tail, and then we'll chat about that a little quick, because it only takes a couple. Remember that. It only takes a couple. It only takes a couple. That's crucial that in life you believe that. So I turned nothing, and again, I'm not trying to give myself my credit and blow hot smoke up my ass. I'm trying to teach you a principle that rather than me going, hey, who's calling? I reached out and said, hey, who wants any of these? Because whether it's their own personal transformation, whether it's a new flavor, whether it's freer product, whether it's, or in Lauren's case, whether they want a relaxing massage, whether they have an injury, whether they need recovery, whether they need to just remove some toxins, it doesn't matter what they want to do. Now she can take action and schedule an appointment with them. But it starts with saying, hey, do you have recovery goals? either some illness, sickness that you're trying to, get out of your body, some muscles you're trying to repair, an injury you're trying to take care of, trying to get ready for, trying to recover from a long week of exercise and stress. Doesn't matter what the reason is. She's put it out there, and whatever it is, the next thing's an appointment. So I did that same thing, and it turned into the Sunday afterwards, and it turned into then the meeting with the supplement. And here's what also happened out of church, because I went up and said hi to someone, and he happened to be from Colorado, where I knew that area. We chatted. I said, I have distributors up there. I'm up there all the time. He said, what do you do? Boom. Here's what I do. And it's helped a lot of soldiers with PTSD. He was a soldier. He said, I'm interested. I said, I'll send you my business card. So that's what I did. Lady in church happened to be originally from Kenya, and she was wearing what looked to me like a traditional Kenyan dress. Unbelievably colorful, unbelievably beautiful. If you know anything about me, colors, patterns, I'm all about it. So I just said, hey, just said, wow, that's an amazing dress. Couple questions. Lady was from Sacramento. I said, oh my gosh, I have distributors in Sacramento. She said, what do you do? So I'm wagging the tail. And I was giving her a compliment without intentions of meeting her. It wasn't about my agenda. It was just what I did, and we happened to have some common ground, and that led to what do you do? And so I sent my business card to her. And the pastor of the church had a girl that I could help her. And they're having a women's conference, so we're going to do some ketones there. So this is where it leads into the 2x2x2. Just me wagging the tail, me creating conversations with no agenda for my business. It's just simply to be friendly. And me then putting out there to my business people and wagging the tail. That's what's came about. I'm not going to kid you. Sundays, I don't work. I don't want to work. Sunday, I don't work. I don't want to work, especially Sunday afternoon. But in this case, Marilee and I hadn't done a lot of work, and she's pushing her chips back in. And this was the day that they could meet, and that was the 1 hour that they could meet, and I didn't want to wait till the next opportunity, so I said I would do it. So that's how that came about. And then a girl from the church needed help because she wants to utilize the business, and she's from Mexico, so that was exciting, and she happened to be in Ramona, so I met with her. But generally speaking, it's not going to happen on Sunday. Anyway, so my point is, and will continue to be, what do you do? Don't even, out of your mouth, don't even ponder saying, nobody's doing anything, nobody's calling me back, nobody's responding to me, nobody's getting a hold of me, nobody's doing. Forget them. Don't even consider yourself with what they're doing. Get laser focused on what am I doing. And wow, that was just my Sunday. That the meeting, the women's retreat, the lady from church. Oh, and one of the other girls from church is using the ketones, and she's down a pound. And that's because the pastor is using the ketones, and she's down about 25, and so she's sharing. So me wearing swag, and this is just the case of my ketones. It works for any business. Me wearing swag. Here's the thing I'm doing. I've been saying happy birthday to everyone that pops up on my Facebook. Super easy tip. Saying happy birthday to everybody. And it's reminding me, and it's plugging people into my brain that, I forgot to talk to them. Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to them for a while. Opportunities there. I've got a couple, 3 to hit today. So me making that effort, me doing this live, me gonna schedule an event, got an event, I think Thursday in the South Bay, trying to get one for today or tomorrow with Marilee and her crew for maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, not Marilee, but Antoinette. Love to do something up here in Ramona. I just keep shaking the trees. I just keep shaking the bushes to see who falls out. And when I invite 30 people, 40 people, 50 people, I'm just looking for 2, 3, or 4 that say yes. I don't care about, I'm not concerned about the other 45. Okay? Brian Underwood invited his crew to come to a meeting on some far out, maybe supplement that might work. He's been around community-based marketing forever. About 8 of us showed up. Michael Rutherford and I got together with Dustin Schaefer, 1 person. 2 of us, 1 of him. But you know what we did? We did it again. We wagged the tail. So as I'm looking for leaders to go, hey, let's do a first of the month get together. Let's do a first of the month Zoom with my crew to see who shows up. I'm not going to wait for them. I'm going to schedule it. Okay? I'm going to start conversations. I'm going to wear my swag. I'm going to. And it's not, again, to be arrogant. It's to say, if it's meant to be, it begins with me. So I encourage each and every one of you, as you go out there today, to get just fully into that me mode. And what can I do and what will I do? Look at a couple of these messages in case we have them. Those of you who are on my live that I don't know or I haven't worked with for a while, just yell at me. I'd be happy to help. I'll probably get a little closer. Good morning. Hey, Danny Martin. Danny Martin, if you guys don't know Danny Martin, connect with him on social media. Full wisdom, got amazing transformation, amazing story. Love to go live with him. So in the other piece that's super crucial, as you're contacting some friends, as you're handing out some samples, as you're dropping off a new flavor, as you're doing, I'm looking for 2. That's it? 2. I'm looking for 2 to show up. Doesn't sound like many, does it? Ugh, it's terrible. What can you do with 2? Well, there's 2 people on this Zoom that take more action. If there's 2 people from yesterday's first meeting that take more action, I met more than 2 people in church that I handed my business card to, and we got the women's conference, and then I gave the supplement out to a lady, and then I met with the lady, and then if I do something in South Bay on Thursday, and if I talk to a couple people today, and if I have a Zoom tonight and a couple people jump on, and I do a live tonight and a couple people jump on, and I wear my swag and a couple people ask me a question, and if I compliment a couple people or say something nice and a couple of them respond, and if I say happy birthday to some people and that reminds me of a couple people to say hello to, wow, think about that. By the time I do 5 or 6 little things with 2 people, I got 8 or 10 people to work with. So it may take a few shovelfuls to get those, but you got them. So now imagine if you share the idea of this video, my suggestions, with 5 or 6 of your people. I call them the head of your snake. That sounded weird. The head of the snake. Those people, your Justin, your Lacey, your Katie, your Antoinette, your Becky, your Merle, your people, your Aunt Terry, your Michelle Holt, your people who are in it to win it, right? Your people who are in it to win it, and you're Rebecca Fosmeyer, and they share, and they do 5 or 6, 7 things and get 2, but then they share with their community to do a little more. It will be massive, massive. But if you don't believe that it starts with you, it'll never happen. Because you're going to wait for those others to get a hold of you. You're waiting for those others to wag you. When it happens, it's amazing, and that's who you run with. That's who you run with. But if you're waiting for it, let's just say, just ponder this way, it'll never happen. That's what's to be my mindset, so I make it happen. And then if you believe that by you wearing swag regularly, you maybe saying happy birthday to the people in your community so you find a name or 2, you starting a conversation with a person or 2, you making sure that you get to the gym and say hi to a couple people, you schedule a keto party, you schedule a Zoom, and 2 people and 2 people and 2 people and 2 people show up, it'll be massive. But you got to believe. You got to believe. And I believe that by doing that and doing that, my income is going to be $1 million this year. I take those activities, I'm going to go from $500,000 to $1 million income. I firmly believe it. It's going to be because I believed in daily intentional action. I believe that I am the dog that wags the tail. I believe that 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 will create massive by massive by massive. Does that help? Let's see what we got here. What's up, Stacy May? I haven't talked to you for a lifetime. Woo! Oh, ketone bake-off. That's a good idea. I'm going to... So here's an interesting piece real quick. So Rebecca Fosmeyer has having a ketone bake-off. There's a good chance she's going to tag me in it. I'm going to see that post. What am I going to do with it? Well, 1, schedule my own. Number 2, I'm going to put that out into my community and suggest the idea. So let's say a couple people do it, and a couple people do it, and a couple people do it. Now you got more activity. But if I don't see what Rebecca's doing, if I don't take it and take action on it, then nothing comes out of it. It's a funny thing. I talked to a friend of mine who, she's got her friend who's down 10. She's down 10 pounds already. She's thrilled. But she never posts that. She never puts it out. then it'll never do anything because people won't see it. And people are watching you to see your change. People are watching you to see your change. They're not watching you to see what flavor you drink. They're not watching you to see what sale you got. They're watching you to see transformation. I'm going to leave it at that. Pleasure chatting with you. I got a 9 a.m. Zoom. So I want to get that. That would be the next thing that I'll send out invites to. I could go, oh, they're promoters. They're in the community. They should know that. Okay, try that. See how it works for you. But I'm going to wag the tail. I'm going to send that invite out to my crew and my community. So I hope you have an amazing Monday. Questions, comments, thoughts. Get in touch with me. Remember, you are the architect of your dreams. I love that. You can wait for other people. So you can shit in one hand and hope in the other. See which one fills up first. Me personally, I decide to take the action, take the invites, and see who comes along with me, and those are the people I'll work with. It's that simple. All right? Love each and every one of you. Hope you enjoyed a little time in my backyard. Look forward to doing it again. Oh, if you like it, please share it. If you like it, please share it.